Hi, I'm Suki Baxter, and I'm a certified Rolfer practicing in Seattle, Washington. And one of the questions that I hear most frequently when people are considering Rolfing or when I'm out and about with my friends just talking about what I do is, what the heck is Rolfing? And people also want to know, how does it work and what does it feel like? So hopefully today I'm going to be able to answer some of those questions for you. So let's start with, what is Rolfing? Rolfing is a scientifically founded technique for realigning the body in gravity. Now, what does that mean? What it means is that over time, through injury, illness, and just poor body use habits, so we all have poor posture habits, poor sitting habits. We know that we should slouch in front of the computer, but we do. And over time that takes a toll on our bodies, and it shifts different areas of your body out of alignment with gravity. And then gravity will pull those pieces of the body that are not in alignment downward, and that creates a lot of strain on the structure, and you have to exert a lot of energy in order to pull yourself upright and maintain a vertical posture. When a client comes in to see me, first I take a look at their body, and I look to see what areas are shifted, what is going on in their posture, and it is a whole body analysis. I don't just look at the area where they're having symptoms. So, for example, if you come in and you tell me that you're having neck pain, I'm probably going to start by looking at your feet, ankles, and knees to see what's going on there. And that's very common. Usually where you think the pain is, it actually isn't originating in that area. So anyway, I have a client stand in front of me, and I take a look at their body, and we talk about what they're experiencing, and I give some feedback in terms of what I'm seeing in alignment. And then we start working, and I work on just a regular table like you would go to any massage therapist would probably have a similar table, and I have my clients lay down, and I work with this fascia. Fascia is also called connective tissue, and it's basically just like what it sounds like. It's a giant web throughout your whole body. It's the most pervasive tissue in the body. If you could put your body into a solution that would dissolve everything except the fascia, you would have basically a three-dimensional imprint of yourself, just this big fascial web. It would look kind of like a hologram or something. There's no other tissue in the body like that. For example, if you just had bones, it would be the basic, framework for your body, but we wouldn't recognize it as you. If you just had your skin, it would be the outside of your body, but not the insides of your body. And fascia is three-dimensional, okay? And since it's so connected, when you work in one small area, you can affect great change throughout the body. That's why when somebody comes in with neck pain and I start working on their feet and ankles, it translates all the way up to their head and neck and gives them great relief. Fascia is also unique in that it is plastic in nature, whereas muscle is more elastic. So how that translates is, elastic is like, if you can imagine a rubber band, an elastic band. When you stretch it out and you let go, it just goes back to its original shape. Whereas like a plastic bag that you would get at a grocery store, if you take your thumb and just stretch the plastic bag, it'll hold that shape. It'll maintain the stretch. And plastic works like that, or fascia works like plastic. So when I'm working with fascia, it has this sort of stretchy, slippery quality, and that's how I can start to realign the body. And the reason that realigning the body through the fascia is so important is a lot of times we think it's our bones that hold up our bodies, and in reality our bones are just the framework from which our tissues hang. If you can remember, probably you had a skeleton, either it was a plastic skeleton, or if you were lucky enough, you had a real human skeleton in your high school biology classroom. And if you remember, all of the bones were probably wired together somehow and then either propped up on some kind of a rod or hung from a hook. And there's a reason for that. If you were to try to stack all the bones up like you would wooden blocks, it wouldn't hold. The bones would just fall down in a heap. It's the tissue that keeps your body in alignment, and if one side of the tissue, so if one side of your back muscles are too tight and one side are too loose, then you're going to have a misaligned body. So it's sort of indirectly realigning your skeleton. It's really cool. And then also the other question is, how does it feel? Does it hurt? A lot of people want to know if it's painful. And no, it isn't painful. It can feel like pressure. A lot of people report they just feel pressure. Some people feel warmth or a tingling sensation. Sometimes it feels like your tissue is sort of spreading or just opening up or letting go. It's really quite the unique feeling. It's hard to compare it to anything because it's you probably haven't experienced any kind of therapy that gives you that feeling in your tissue. So I can't say it's like something else. It's really not. And sometimes when I'm working on my clients, they'll have an area that's really sensitive. And in that case, it can be tender, but I never, ever, ever push my clients past the point of, where it's comfortable for them, because that just creates more pain and more bracing and more rigidity, and it actually doesn't get us any closer to our goal. In fact, I find that I can often achieve a much greater result with a lot less pressure, especially when somebody is very, very sensitive in an area. So that is your quick explanation of what Rolfing is and how it works and what it feels like. I hope that gives you a good little overview on the therapy and how it might help you. For more information, please do visit my website, sukibaxter.com. Thanks so much for watching this video.